Okay, if you're under Windows, you don't have to um, use a very complicated process to run and compile C++ programs. You can use the Windows subsystem for Linux, which is easy to install. I believe on Windows 11 it comes pre-installed. Windows 10 you have to install it. You can Google for this and figure it out. It's not that difficult. Once in it, you run it and you'll get a terminal, and you can check, let's see, you can, I'm running Ubuntu 20 point something. So anyhow, once you have this, this is just my user directory. I am going to create a directory. If you're not familiar with Linux, there's some very basic commands that are really easy to use. Right, so here it is, the experiment directory that I created. You can create subdirectories if you want. So change to that directory, and there's nothing in it right now. It's just pointers to prior directories. So now here's the magic from here. Now the first time you run this command, this will invoke Visual Studio Code. First time you run this command, if you've never done it, then WSL will, or Ubuntu will install the software it needs to be able to communicate with VSCode, and then it'll launch it. The period just means here, meaning run it in this directory. So if I hit enter, it'll run Ubuntu, I'm sorry, VS Code, and I was playing with it before, but there's no files there, right? So, but we are actually in this directory. Now I can come in here, and don't worry if you don't know this, it's just Linux stuff. So I just created a blank file called main.cpp. You can see how it appeared here, right? So now I can come here and I can say, I forget what he did. Yeah, I think it was just printing some text. So main function, and then something like this. And then deal with end of lines, I think. I think that's what he did. There you go. I'll return something. Okay. So that looks fine. Save it. So now if I come here, its main CPP is there, right there, right? In Linux, you can print it to the terminal this way. And there you go. So you had printed it to the terminal. But here comes the magic, because the C++ compiler should be installed already in WSL, then you can just do this. And it'll compile it, and it'll find it. If I list the directory again, you can see that a.out is there, and then you can just run it. And there it is. Hello world. Hopefully this helps. Let's see any other. Oh yes, the first time you run this, I believe, if I remember correctly, that VS Code is going to want to, will have to install something. I don't remember what it is. Just say yes. There's an extension I think that it installs. But by the way, so you can edit and manipulate files from either side. But my point is that you can just run the C++ compiler from the terminal just fine, and you don't need to deal with min.gw or any of that craziness at all. You're effectively compiling and running the code within Linux that's hosted by Windows. Alright, okay, have fun.